Job interview questions and answers. Share an example of successfully resolving a conflict within a team.
I managed a team conflict by listening to all parties' perspectives, mediating, and eventually reaching a compromise to resolve the issue.
How do you promote creativity and innovation in your work?
I encourage creative thinking, engage in innovation projects, and regularly review work processes to identify areas for improvement.
Share an example of maintaining a calm demeanor in high-pressure situations.
During a high-stress project, I remained composed, created a clear plan, and collaborated with the team to ensure tasks were completed on time.
How do you manage mistakes or failures in your work?
I view mistakes as opportunities for learning. I analyze the causes, develop improvement plans, and take steps to prevent the same mistakes.
How do you manage your career development?
I set both short-term and long-term career goals, regularly assess progress, and participate in training and learning to enhance my skills.
Share an example of successfully coordinating the work of multiple team members.
In a large-scale project, I coordinated the efforts of different departments, ensuring they aligned with the project timeline and objectives, ultimately leading to success.
How do you adapt to sudden changes and urgent tasks at work?
I swiftly adjust my work plan, prioritize urgent tasks, and ensure that other tasks are not negatively impacted. I maintain open communication to address urgent situations.
How do you handle differing opinions or conflicts at work?
I tend to approach conflicts with an open and constructive attitude. I discuss issues with the relevant parties, seek common ground, and look for solutions to address conflicts.
How do you stay current in your field?
I keep my knowledge and skills up to date by regularly reading industry news, attending training, and actively participating in professional associations.
How do you handle multitasking and managing multiple projects?
I utilize project management tools to keep track of tasks and deadlines and prioritize them effectively. I also work closely with the team to ensure coordination among multiple projects.
Share an example of proactively addressing a problem at work.
In my previous job, I identified an inefficient process and proposed a solution. By simplifying the process and reducing waste, I improved efficiency.
How do you manage your time and workload?
I use time management tools to create schedules and prioritize tasks. This ensures that I can manage my time effectively and complete tasks on time.
Share an example of maintaining a positive attitude in the face of setbacks.
During a project delay, I felt discouraged, but I chose to see it as an opportunity to learn, identified important lessons, and actively sought solutions.
How do you build trust and satisfaction with your clients?
I build trust through effective communication, timely issue resolution, and ensuring that client needs are met, ultimately leading to increased client satisfaction.
How do you handle changes and uncertainties in your job?
I believe that adaptability and an open mindset are essential for managing change. I seek to understand the reasons for change, actively engage, and strive to adapt to new circumstances.
Can you describe a situation where you had to deal with a difficult colleague or team member?
In a previous role, I encountered a challenging team member who often disagreed with the group. I approached the situation by initiating one-on-one discussions to understand their perspective better and find common ground, which ultimately improved our working relationship.
Share a time when you had to adapt to a significant change in your work environment. How did you handle it?
I experienced a major restructuring in my department that led to a change in my role and responsibilities. I embraced the change positively, quickly learned the new tasks, and sought guidance from colleagues to ensure a smooth transition.
Can you provide an example of a project where you had to juggle multiple tasks and tight deadlines successfully?
In a fast-paced project, I managed various tasks efficiently by setting clear priorities and employing time management techniques. I also collaborated closely with my team to ensure everyone stayed on track, resulting in the project's successful completion.
Describe a situation where you had to resolve a conflict between team members. How did you approach it?
In a team project, a disagreement arose between two members. I intervened by facilitating an open and honest discussion, allowing each person to express their concerns. Through active listening and negotiation, we reached a compromise that resolved the conflict and allowed the project to move forward.
Share a specific instance when you had to make a critical decision under pressure. How did you handle it?
During a client presentation, technical issues arose just before the meeting. I remained calm, quickly assessed the situation, and communicated the issue to my team, allowing us to find a solution and deliver a successful presentation.
Can you provide an example of a time when you identified a process improvement opportunity at work? How did you implement it?
I noticed a repetitive and time-consuming task in our workflow. I proactively discussed this with my team and proposed streamlining the process with automation software. After receiving approval, we implemented the change, resulting in significant time savings and improved efficiency.
Describe a project where you had to work closely with cross-functional teams. How did you ensure effective collaboration?
I led a project involving several departments. To foster effective collaboration, I organized regular cross-functional meetings, created a shared project platform for communication, and established a clear workflow that ensured all teams were aligned and working together seamlessly.
Share an example of a time when you faced unexpected obstacles during a project. How did you adapt and overcome these challenges?
In a product launch project, we encountered unforeseen supply chain issues that threatened our timeline. I quickly formed a task force, reassessed our strategy, and identified alternative suppliers, enabling us to resolve the challenges and meet our launch deadline.
Can you describe a situation where you successfully motivated your team to achieve a challenging goal?
In a tight deadline project, I motivated my team by setting clear objectives, offering regular feedback, and recognizing their efforts. I encouraged open communication and collaboration, fostering a sense of shared achievement and motivating everyone to meet the challenging goal.
Share an experience where you had to deliver disappointing news to a client or colleague. How did you handle the situation?
I had to inform a client about a project delay. I approached the situation with transparency, explained the reasons for the delay, and offered a revised timeline. By being honest and proactive in finding solutions, we managed to maintain a positive client relationship.